everybody, it's your boy BC coming at you again with another edition of No HoBo Food. No HoBo Food. And basically, No HoBo Food is, for the most part, the things that we know is bad for us. So my whole thing and whole objective and my little life mission is just to try to help you, educate you, inspire you to eat better, to eat foods that you like. I am all about flavor. I'm all about delicious tasting food. And so today we are going to jump into a traditional dish that basically, people eat all the time. We're going to make a traditional tuna salad, but we're going to do it without the can. Reason why I recommend you actually get the tuna steak is just because it's not in the aluminum can. Anything in a can, anything that's like more or less in a box per se, I would say, avoid it if you can. Certain things, that you will get off the shelf and not from the store, just be mindful of just, how it's packaged. But anything in a can, I would just go ahead and eliminate that from your diet. And that right there, if you eliminate just canned foods, canned goods, your health level goes up a little bit more. So in my personal opinion, I think you'll be better off without eliminating the canned good items. So today we're going to go ahead and we're going to create this, like I said, this nice tuna steak. I'm not into substituting flavor whatsoever. So what I want to do here is just show you some of our flavor ingredients right here. Right here we have some sweet yellow onions. We have some red onions. We have some red bell pepper or some little peppers. We have some sage. We have some garlic cloves in here. And that's, that's basically right here, we call this our flavor bowl. So what we gonna do is bring out one of the most used appliance for me in the kitchen is this beautiful food processor. Now keep in mind, I'm gonna throw something at you. As you can see, I'm African American, and in my African American house, we didn't grow up with a food processor. This food processor has changed my life on how food tastes. And so I recommend anybody, if they do not have a food processor, you need to invest in one, because this is a beautiful, beautiful machine that will actually help your processing time, will actually help you create different textures and different flavor that you would have never have thought of. And sometimes when you go to a restaurant, go to a nice restaurant where they're actually cooking food, they're not putting it in the microwave. You're like, man, that was flavorful. That tastes good. What was that? And I'm quite sure you got a chef back there, and they got the food processor, they got the Vitamix, they got they just rolling back there with all their tools and out in their toolbox. So today we're going to jump in, and we're going to go ahead and plug this food processor up. And you don't have to get some super duper expensive food processor. This one right here, I think this one was about 130, 40 bucks. It works for me. So right now what we're going to do, we're actually going to process the bowl of flavor, I call it. So right here, they call it an S-blade. It looks like such. And this is what we're going to use to chop up this. And I'm going to chop it up really, really fine, just because I want the flavor to be the main scene and not the chunks. So you can, if you prefer it to be a little chunkier, you can. But I'm going to chop it up as best I can, so the flavor is just, it soaks into the tuna steaks. So let me go ahead and whip this up on high. Get a tool here just to kind of scrub the sides, make sure that all the stuff, it smells great. All the stuff goes down, and give it another quick blend. And like I said, I want the flavor, I want all of these elements to be the highlight and not people looking at the chunks inside the meat. So there you have it. And like I said, this is our flavor. Go ahead and put that there. And so you can kind of see what's going on here. Now look at this. Look at this texture. This is beautiful texture here. That's beautiful texture. So if you can look at that, it kind of looked like a little salsa in a sense, but we got all these flavors here. And then what we want to do is actually, we're going to put this back in our flavor bowl. And don't worry about getting all the goodness out, because I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do in the next step. The next step, we're actually going to put our tuna steak inside of, we're going to put our tuna steak inside of the processor. So we're going to put our processor on, lock it in place, put our S-blade back, and then if you want to, you can, depend on the size of your processor, you can cut this up a little bit, but this processor, it can handle this. And so what I am going to do initially is to give it a good chop, just to chop it up a little bit. And so it's coming out, it's coming pretty good. You can pulse it a little bit if you want to, so you can kind of control how it's going to be chopped. And let me let you see that texture. So this texture, this is the texture that you kind of want. So you kind of want that texture in there. You kind of see, you know, that it's not like, it's just kind of chopped up. We just chopped it up real quick in the processor. And that's the texture you want. And now we're going to add our bowl of flavor. So we're going to add our bowl of flavor here. Yeah, this looks nice. I wish you can smell this, because this smells amazing. This smells amazing. So now what we're going to do is going to go ahead and give it a little mixy mix. We want to not try, but we are going to mix the flavor inside of the tuna. We pulse it. So the key to this is you just want to get it to a point where you see the flavor of all the ingredients inside infused, and they just want to be a good little marriage, good mixture where it's all mixed and it's good. All right. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to take that off of here, show you. Haha, ta-da. You see that? That's nice. That's what we want. That's the texture we want. You see the ingredients is not that much, because what we're going to do, the next process, we're actually going to cook this. So now once we cook this, we'll go ahead and season it to taste, and then we'll be able to go ahead and start the process on the actual tuna salad. So check it out. And for this part, what I recommend is that you have a nice, you know, I prefer stainless steel. So if you can get a nice stainless steel, something that's quality, you know, quality. I mean, this one actually has like a little layer on it, but you need a solid pan to make some good solid food. If you do have a non-stick, you can go ahead and use non-stick. But remember, you know, the premise of the show is no HoBo food. And in my personal opinion, non-stick, it could come off in your food. So it come off in your food, you're eating those chemicals that actually created the non-stick material. And then, you know, you never know what health issues it can cause. So just to be better, I would go with a non-stick, something that you can clean spotless every single time, and don't worry about anything coming off in your food. So this is why I use a non-stick pan. And for any oil that I cook with, for the most part, I'm like I'm a one-shot pony when it comes to the oils that I actually, high heat and cook with. And that is the coconut oil. The coconut oil, for me, it works great in high heat. You don't have to worry about it being, a harmful oil when it heats up. It's better than vegetable oil and, any vegetable, canola oil, soybean oil. It's all soybean oil. And for the most part, all of about over 70% of any soybean crops is GMO. It's genetically modified. So you want to go ahead and get that out your kitchen because it just doesn't work good in the body. So what I'm going to do is take some of this organic coconut oil, and I'm going to take a little scoop of that there. I'm going to pop it in there, And we're going to put this oil over here on the side. We're going to turn this fire on here. Get this baby cooking. Get your nice stainless steel spatula. So if you got stainless steel appliances, you got stainless steel pot, saucepan, you want to make sure you got some stainless steel spatulas, spoons, and all that good stuff. And there's certain ones that you might want to use some wood. So wood is good as well, as far as a good utensil to use when you're actually making your food as well. So that's in there melting pretty good. Once it is melted, what we're going to do now is we're going to transfer our tuna. We're going to transfer our tuna over into the pan. We transfer our tuna into the pan. We'll go ahead and get our tool here, our spatula, and just kind of just get it off the S blade. We want all of this goodness inside. And so we'll put this back here. Now we'll just go ahead and transfer the tuna in the pan. All right, it's transferred in. And now what we want to do, we want to go ahead and kind of like season it to taste. I like grinders. The reason why I like grinders because it's typically the whole seasoning, already in its form, and all you're doing is grinding it up, and so it gives it a good flavor, and also that you're processing, your seasoning. I like Celtic salt. Celtic salt is a sea salt, and I prefer that over any other salt that I would use. People out there use Himalayas pink salt, or they might use Hawaiian red salt, which are good salts. There's black sea salt. Those are all great salts as well, but you definitely want to get rid of your table salts. No table salts in HoBo Food. No table salts at all whatsoever. And then I have this nice little blend that I always like to use. This is sea salt, roasted garlic, onion, and parsley. And as you can see, all that goodness is in there. And like I said, I like the grinder. So let's go ahead and season this to taste. And as you can see, this is over here sizzling nicely. So I'm going to put a little bit of that. Grind that up. That's the garlic salt there. Let's go ahead and give it a nice. Yeah, this is, oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Boy, I tell you, no more HoBo Food. This is going to be a tuna salad to remember. You will not, I repeat, after you learn this and you try this at home for yourself, you will not, some pepper here, you will not eat it out of a can ever again. Because you're going to be like, I can't go back to that. It's HoBo Food. Eating out of the can, it's HoBo Food. You probably like, whoa, B, I'm on a budget. And the BCeasons, I'm going to tell you like this. You either live to eat or you eat to live. So you make the choice, you decide, you can make it happen. It doesn't cost that much to eat better. It's just educating yourself, some Celtic salt, educating yourself on what to do, how to do it. And like I said, my whole goal is to inspire somebody to want to eat better, be better, especially if you want to lose weight. Just with some simple exclusions from your diet and some additions to your diet. This is without even working out. You're going to lose some weight. So this is looking phenomenal. It is smelling phenomenal. And like I said, this is all seasoned to taste. And so it's going to start looking like, I'm going to show you coming off the thing. It's going to start looking like like ground turkey. This is it. You will never, ever, like I said, go back to eating out the can. You're going to feel like that's beneath you. Like, what? I've been deprived this whole time? No HoBo Food. Gonna let that cook, simmer up. It's looking good, it's looking nice. Some of this is, give it a nice good taste test. Mmm. Mmm. The bowl of flavor, remember that. The bowl of flavor. So, here we are, we're almost done with this. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to cook it, you know, like it's a steak or something, just because there's a lot of people that eat, you know, seared ahi tuna, and it's just seared and it's raw in the middle. So, this right here, like I said, we just want to, you know, for the people that want their fish cooked, we're going to cook it up. Cooking it up with BCeasons. So here we are, nice, good to go. Let me show you what that looks like. Look how beautiful that looks. Beautiful, you know, very quick, very easy. It's nice and flavorful, and it's good to go to the next process. All right, the next step, here we go. We're going to take our done seared cooked tuna, and we are going to put it in our bowl, kind of cool off, get it out the skillet, and you see with the coconut oil, just a little bit of coconut oil, it came out really, really nice, and it would have came out really, really nice nonetheless. If you didn't want to use any oil, you could have done that as well, but it's good to go. So we're going to go ahead and it's nice. See it again. And now we're going to add the flavor and complete this dish. We're going to add the sweetness to it, because what I've realized is that the human body, we are addicted to two things. Plain and simple. Salt and sugar. Salt and sugar. That's really what we want. That's why we want dinner, and then we want dessert. Dinner, dessert. Sometimes we want dessert, dinner, and dessert. So salt and sugar. So with this, like I said, this show is about enlightening you, giving you a different alternative than just traditional what we've been taught and what we've seen and what's out there in the world as far as when it comes to salt and sugar and just processed foods. As you can see, we processed this ourselves, so technically this is a processed food, but we've done it. You know, it's not some major, you know, factory or something, and we've done this. We know what's in it, and you know, we'll continue just to keep getting better. And so let's go ahead and go back to our food processor here. And then our food processor, we got the S blade in here for this. And basically what we want to do is we're going to take some dates. Dates. This is our sugar. So typically before, you know, back in the day, my mom would make, bless her heart, she would make us tuna, and she would put relish in it. And relish is good. I actually incorporated later down, you know, down the line after I started cooking for myself, I actually incorporated putting honey in my tuna just to give it that little sweet flavor. And so those are you know, those are good alternatives, but definitely if you're going to put some relish in there, you want to make sure it's no corn syrup in that relish. Make sure it's cane sugar at least. But like I said, in no HoBo Food, you're not going to see me cooking here with cane sugar. You're not going to see me cooking here with corn syrup and any corn syrup. Any processed white refined sugar. Right now, any sugar that we get is going to be from a fruit. It's going to be from a vegetable, and you know, you're going to enjoy it. So this right here is a little bit of pickled. Actually, you know what? Yeah, pickled. This is pickled cucumber, and then we just got some regular cucumber that we're going to put in here. And then what we want to do is give this a nice chop, a consistency where we can add it to this tuna. So let's go ahead and chop it up. Ah, it looks wonderful. So we'll chop it up just a little bit more. I like the way that looks though. That looks wonderful. Let me just show you what this looks like so you see where I'm going with this. So that's what it looks like. And let's go ahead and chop it up just a little bit more, just to give it a little bit more, let's get a little smaller. So you want to kind of chop it up like where it feel like it would be relish. And so now we have our cucumbers, and basically that's what relish is just a cucumber. And then now we have our date mixture. Voila. And you're like, you've never thought about that. Hey, that's why you're watching the No HoBo channel. No HoBo Food. So we're going to go ahead and put that down there. And then now what we're going to do. Very good. Very good. We want to go ahead and mix this in. So we're going to go ahead and mix this in. Mix this in. See what's going on. Dates, I tell you, dates has been my best friend ever since I enlightened myself and educated myself on processed refined sugars. And the dates, you can't go wrong with dates. Even if you had, previous encounters with dates, and it's like, oh, I remember dates, and didn't think of it, as something to sweeten food with. Dates will be in your kitchen for the rest of your life. Because like I told you before, we're addicted to salt and sugar. And so if we can at least give the body what we're addicted to, but in a natural state, and let the body process it like it's supposed to process it, outside of refined sugars, now we got something, now we got something for life. So that's in there. And then what I want to do is add some mustard. So I got some organic mustard here. You can pick that up from any store. Preferably if you pick it up from more of a healthier store, it'd probably be less, cost less than picking it up from a major supermarket, because that's what they cater to. So we're going to put some of that in there. And then here is one of the main players in this dish. This right here is a roasted garlic veganese or veganese. And it is made by a company called Follow Your Heart. And they are absolutely amazing. It's soy free and it's gluten free. And it's also dairy if it's vegan. So this is vegan. This right here, I can tell you the ingredients right here so you just know. This is gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and non-GMO. That's what you want in your kitchen. And now we're just going to go ahead and start spinning away. But let me let you see what it looks like. So that's where we are. That looks wonderful. So let's go ahead and mix this baby up. And if you want, you can add some more seasoning to it. If you say, I want a little bit more pepper, I want a little bit more salt to it, you can do that as well. But this, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you, this is no HoBo food. We're going to take a taste of it right now, show you how delicious this is. Let's look at that. Man, that right there, my friends, that is tuna salad. Now what you want to do after that, you can go ahead and put that in the refrigerator, let it chill up, and then you can serve it on a gluten-free wrap. You can serve it on lettuce. You can serve it on romaine lettuce. You can wrap it. You can do whatever you want to do with it. But like I said, once you make this, you will never ever go back to the canned tuna again, because this right here, my friends, is delicious.